In this session, we'll see how a domain name system or the domain name servers can be implemented using a Cisco Packet Tracer. The domain name system is used for internet. And basically, internet is a mechanism to share the information between any two computers. Now, the information can be shared between any two nodes in the form of web pages. So the web page contains all the data or the information. And if a user wants to access the data has to be accessed by using the web page content. And all these web pages are stored in a system called as web servers. So if a user wants to access a particular information, the user has to know which server the data is stored. So to make it easier, the web servers have website address, which indicates what type of information is there, or it could relate to some organizations for carrying out certain services. So it could be a database where you're storing all the information about your products, or now e-commerce, they can do certain business using these websites. So there are various services which these web servers can provide. So in order to access any of these information, the user has to know the website address. So based on the website address, it can access the data. But in computer network, if any node or a computer wants to communicate with another node, you require an IP address. So with just website address, it is not possible. And now with the growth of internet, there is more data that is stored, and there is more business happening, and there is more database which is storing a lot of information. So there is hundreds of websites and there is millions of data that is stored. So now each user cannot remember the website IP address. So there should be some way where you can communicate with another node in a network. So the mapping of website address to IP address is done by this domain name system. And all the information related to website address and its IP address is stored in the domain name servers. So these servers are nothing but high memory systems which has data related to the website address and its IP address. So this domain name system helps in mapping of host name to the IP address. So the host name is nothing but the website name. So which helps the user to browse through the content or to get any information from a particular web service. The domain name system also helps in the reverse, that is finding out the host name based on the IP address. And now with the current generation of internet, so there is millions of website names. So remembering or one system is not sufficient to store all the website names and its IP address. So we require multiple servers. So all the servers which stores the website names and its IP address are called as name servers. And if user wants to access any web servers or any web page, so it has to have the IP address of that particular web server. So a query goes to a name server, which converts the website address to its IP address. So the name servers helps in the job of doing this conversion. But one name server is not sufficient. So we have multiple name servers. Now, if there are multiple name servers, the user host will be confused to send a query to which name servers. So here the name servers are classified into different name types of name servers. So which helps in searching for a particular website address and which helps in mapping its IP address. So all these name servers are called as domain name servers. So the addresses that is given to the host is in the form of domain based. So based on the particular domain or particular service or a particular application, that ID is given. So for example, say yahoo.com. So it's a commercial website. So this .com, the extension will tell you what kind of website it is. Similarly, if it is .org, it means it's an organization. It belongs to a particular organization. It could be a private or a government organization. And for government, we have another name servers that is ending with .gov. For educational, it is .edu. So these classification of these servers will help in searching for a particular website and mapping its address. So now if you want to search for say yahoo.com, you don't have to search this organization servers or this educational servers. The query will go directly to this com DNS servers. So by this way of classifying, it helps in searching process and reducing the time for faster processing of your information. Now, how are these name servers classified? So first, whenever user queries or selects some web page, that website address first goes to the local name server. And if it finds the IP address, then it will directly collect the information of that IP address. If it is not available, then it goes to the root name server. And if the root namer server also doesn't have that particular website address, then it goes to the top level domain servers. And if it's not available in these servers also, then it goes to the main server, that is authoritative servers. So by classifying into hierarchy, all the servers are not storing all the website address. So only the frequently used website address are stored in that particular servers. So the local name servers uh, is associated in particular internet service providers, which will store all the frequently used of that particular area. And if it cannot be found from the local name server, then the request goes to the root name server. And if root name server cannot solve it, then the query goes to the top level domain and then to the authoritative. Authoritative servers are helpful in providing the host name or the IP mappings to organizations, so like web and mail. And top level domain are responsible for the different classification of IP addresses such as com, org, edu, and all.